Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Zenji and today we're going to be playing Timberborn. Currently we're on episode 18 in our Oasis project playthrough. And yes, we've had a monumental breakdown of our beavers. We've lost pretty much all beavers, but we're on the recovery and on the mend at the moment. Currently sitting at 7 with 2 on the way. But hey, hope you're all doing well and thanks for joining in yet again. And yes, I did realize my error regarding some dynamite. I didn't read this little section here. To be fair, there's lots of information on the screen and sometimes you don't always see the little details. So I've corrected that and added stairs here. So we can now access these points. Please don't shoot me. Thank you. All right. So also, off camera, I did a full cycle just to recover from our lack of beavers. I think at one point there was only 2. So hey, we're almost restarting, which is kind of intense. But don't worry, we're back at it. We will be stronger and better than ever. It'll take a little bit of time to recover from our mistakes, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. We do listen and learn. Alright, we're going to fast forward a little bit and we're going to try and store as much water as we can and then try deepen some of these gathering points. But our main priority will be to expand our beaver population, which is stagnant at the moment, but hey, we're getting there. Alrighty. As you can see, the water is flowing in quite nicely. We're going to manually open that up. Should be fine. Right, that should dry off very shortly. And I guess the next step will be to get these dynamites in place so that we can, of course, create a little irrigation section on this side. So we're just waiting for that to be built. But hey, we're just recovering, guys. It's a tough one. I'm not going to lie. Of course, one more drought is approaching. Before that hits us, let's check in on our high priority tasks. Seems like we have a couple over here. What we can do is quickly flood this area. Try to get some water in these little gullies. Right. Close that up. Any excess should run off, potentially. And then we are going to set to clear these trees out as soon as that is available. Oh, looks like we're getting some backflow in here. Let's try and correct that. Should be fine, I hope. Alrighty, another beaver is born. Let's unpause some of these water pumpers. See if we can fill some of these jobs up. And gather as much water as we can, especially as the drought is most likely going to be a long one. Of course, this isn't a perfect playthrough, guys. We're just winging it. Yeah. No real meta involved. Just trying to have fun and see what we get up to. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the options for extended food. We want to try to get ahead of our next disaster. So we do have the fermenter as an option to ferment. I think it's called Rabi, mushrooms, etc. So for us to get there, we've got the hydroponic gardens, which we have built already. And then the food factory does this. That does corn, coffee. Alright, so we need the fermenters for the hydroponic garden. Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's a bit mixed up. Like you can make, I think that's seaweed and mushrooms in the hydroponic garden, but then mushrooms go into the fermenter and seaweed goes into the food factory, which is a bit strange. I guess we could also do a cornfield in this section. But let's wait and see. We want to first build out some irrigation here. Looks quite nice. Looks like a little bit of a soccer field or something. Or a football if you're from the European nations. The drought has now started. So we're going to try and close up here and see if we can keep some of the water flowing in. Or stabilize in this region, sorry. Yeah, look, if terraforming was a little easier, I think we wouldn't have a problem, but sometimes that just happens. And for some reason we're flooding, even though we have this area blocked, it still overflows. Which is fine, because it is going to be reduced very shortly due to the drought. It is a 28-day drought. So quite a big one, but only having 17 beavers, 9 of which are adults. Won't be too difficult, I think. Alright, we should have some more jobs available. So with regards to the drought, we won't have access to power, so we're going to leave all production buildings off at the moment. We don't need that. We do, however, want to make sure we can build certain things. So, for instance, a wooden stairs, and then add in those dynamite sections there. So we might put on the... that is flooded at the moment. Perhaps this one. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll pause that one. Drop a bit of water. See if we can clean up this area. There we go. Alright, then we're going to be adding in a gatherer over here. Alright, up to 11 beavers. It's looking good. Water is stabilized. So I think when we hit 20 beavers, 20 adult beavers, we'll be putting our production back on, just so that we can first stabilize certain things. I want to get as much food as humanly possible, or beaverly possible. So let's take a look. We have a mushroom storage. Does take quite a lot of water. So we won't put these on now. But I think we should also most likely get started on the Mega Dam project. And the idea behind that, right? So we see the 2 sluice gates here. What I want to do... hold on. If this thing would like to work. First thing we're going to do, demolish some road. And then we're going to add in some demolition. So I want to be able to control the flow. Of course, we won't have enough demolition for a while, but this is the plan. Alright, we will need to add in another one over here, so we're going to destroy that. Add in another sluice gate, which is over here. And because it is the same, it is next to these, it will take on the same properties. Alright. Now, these are hauling posts, so we are going to destroy one hauling post and then replace that with a builder's hut. And I actually want to get all of this started. So the mega project dam we'll commence. And for that, we need to first build out this bridge because, of course, bad water tides are bad. And I guess a good spot. Where would a good spot be? I guess on that side, to be honest. But let's do this. We will now commence this big mega project. And we'll reduce these to normal. That comes later. Alright. So we'll start with that. Let's see how that goes. We have a pathway over there. Wooden stairs is almost done. This one is done. And hey, this one is about to be finished very shortly. So this is the plan, right? To always have water available. So to always be able to flow through the settlement. Even through drought periods. And bad water. And then obviously we'll direct this wherever we want, which will be nice. So that is the general plan. I'm going to unpause a lumberjack flag over there. We'll unpause the forest over here. And we'll make sure to put a water pump or two on over there. Let's throw out some of this excess water. Yeah. Now we can turn this off. Actually, we don't need them. Put this forester back on. These are all dead. Okay, that was a bit of a stuff up. But it's alright. We will recover. We do have a farm option here available. So let's potentially put these on. Kohlrabi will be growing out here, which will be nice. Right, I think what we could do, we want to build a builder's hut here to start this production. Of course, we need wood for that. So we are going to add in our lumberjack flag over here. Make sure these are all set to be cut. But hey, food is growing. We are running low on resources. But what we'll do is we'll wait for, I would say, the drought to finish before we start up our power production buildings. So we're not trying to utilize these two at the moment, as it just take too many people to get going and the efficiencies aren't great. Once that's up, we will then, or once the water flows through, we will then unpause all these and hopefully have enough beavers to fulfill those jobs. But hey, that is the plan. Of course, we do have access to that. Well, if this was built, but and this. Okay, we've got a lumberjack flag there. A gathering flag is not doing anything, so we'll pause you. Right, what we're gonna do is we have 3 pumpers. We're at 1k water now. Let's try stockpile as much as we can. We're growing very fast. Almost too fast. We're about to finish up all this water, and once that happens, we can free up some beavers and put them in other roles. Alrighty, we're going to fast forward, try and keep things moving on nice and quickly. Of course, we have some blueberries coming in. Okay, let's look at our science and see what is available. So we need numbers for the hydroponics, which we can start on this. A couple. We do have this motivarium, which would be quite nice, I guess. We can put the priority on these power shafts on high. See if that helps. Contamination pods. Alright, so here's the issue. We just need to change this to a T junction. We'll put that on a priority. Hopefully they get to that. And I think what we should do is start adding in the gauges here. So we can just see the water level. And yeah, see where we are at. Of course, no planks. We're out of planks. So maybe we can put some power on. No, I just said we wouldn't, but we still have another 18 days, which is massive. Let's put on 2 and then maybe 2 here. Hopefully that gets filled up. Let's wait and see. We'll reduce the builder set here by 2. And we're waiting for 1 more dynamite. We'll have to wait for that eventually. Alright, there we go. Let's start building some buildings. Okay. Power wheel is operational. Our planks are flowing in. We also have finished this, or just about to. This little section here, last catchment area. This will prevent a lot of the bad water coming back through this way. And then when we do eventually have this cap on, we'll have a nice big section here for something. So that is the plan, one of many. Alright, are these being started yet? They have. Okay. Alright, I also want to prioritize at least one strip here so it can flow through. What's that one also? And then we should have an option to, have this water constantly flow through here. And then eventually we will need to perhaps drop the sluice or build 2 sluices on top of each other for this gully to work. And there's an issue there. We've now cut off water supply. Alright, so food's going. We're working through some troubleshooting moments, which is alright. Okay, so what we need is a very large safe production of food, a massive amount of water storage, which we're slowly running out on. Alright, you can't access these. Well, good thing we can just delete. Oh, once that's done, we should be able to access that. Cool. Beavers have grown to 24, which is fantastic. So we're almost halfway back at where we were at. Which is good. Pretty happy about all that. Let's plant some pine. Let's try and get this looking nice and beautiful again. We do have the forest up and running, so that is good for us. The mangroves are just not working in our current setup, so I think eventually what happens when we have this mega dam set, it'll basically allow water to constantly flow through, and then we can have all the mangroves possible and never have a problem there, as it will always stay at a constant level. That is the plan later down the line. I'm in no real rush to get to the end game. I know there's like an average where 25 cycles you should have unlocked everything. But of course, it's not easy when you're bombarded with a whole bunch of droughts and bad waters and. But yeah, it's all right. We'll get there. We shall prevail. I think we're missing, yeah, a forester here. To obviously replant everything will be quite nice. And then from here, I do want to have a explosives factory worker running. Or two. Hey, there we go. As soon as we get that going, that's going to change things for us. We'll increase the power wheel to 4. I think we'll need to. And then we do have enough bad water stored up, so we should be fine in that regard. Okay, but we've reset and we're coming back stronger and healthier and better than ever. I do wonder though, so the water's going to stop there eventually, and then yeah, gets accumulated here. We most likely will need a system to take all the good water from this side and put it back over here. So let's try and think forward a bit, many moons forward, how we're going to do that. Yeah, we just want to basically add in sluice gates over here again. We'll just need 2. And let's copy this so it is tick tick and then 1%. We'll just do that. Alrighty, so of course this is a lot of work that will go into this. Essentially it'll be another catchment, where a way to transfer the catchment from here to this side, all the good water. Righty. Okay, so the idea is that any and all water get caught up until this level will just stay in here, right? Which is no good. The bad water will obviously seep out, but the good water won't be pushed this way. So for that to happen, yeah, we'll add in some more dynamite, a couple rows. Yes, I know, more dynamite. And we'll have to dynamite maybe a giant section here. We'll delete some of these blocks. And these 2. Oh, and those 2. We want to try get it to, I guess, this level. And then the water can just flow through. Perhaps then we just do... Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. It might be better to do it on this section, so let's... Whoops. Alright, we will blow this block up and then have a sluice facing that way. Take 1%. And fill that up. And then add in levees. Of course you can't build on top of a block there. Okay, and then do some dynamite. More dynamite. Okay, that way we can secure all this extra water that gets caught in this catchment, because it is derived up there. All comes from over there. But hey, the pathway is beginning to take shape. We'll try push forward and try and get this finished as soon as humanly possible. We can unpause maybe 1 or 2 of these. We shall pause a couple of the breeding pods. I just don't want to overextend my population again without having the required resources. Seems to be happening way too often. Pause that. We'll pause you. Pause you. This farmhouse is now null and void. These two also. Oh, 1 beaver is unemployed. Let's find you some work, sir. Perhaps we could... No, let's not do that. Let's put 1 on the fluid dump up here. Let's try to keep these trees alive. I think we'll have to pause these 2. Right, let's set that to high priority. We'll need to start utilizing these again. We do have the decontamination pods, so if things go bad, we should be able to address any issues. Of course, they cannot reach that until this is done. Six days until we're out of water. Let's pause these hydroponic gardens. Unfortunately, we cannot use any water there. Pause 1 breeding pod. Try to conserve our water for the next 6 days. So we only have 3 breeding pods available. Essentially no water again. Keep running into the same issues. I think our problems will be solved once this mega dam is built, and we're slowly getting there. It's finally taking shape. In hindsight, I might have started that a little earlier, and things would have been better. But that's just how it goes sometimes, guys. Can't always get it right. But only 5 days left. It would be nice to be able to access this water. Right, I'm gonna have to change some priorities here just because we're gonna have to try and get this done. Pause the fluid dumper there. Pause this one over here. We'll have to pause all of our breeding pods. Let's see if we can recover. Okay, we've blown that up. Now that's going to connect all our sections together, so this could flow nicely. And yeah, should be good. We'll do the same over here. Over here. Alrighty, so I'm going to unpause some of these deep water pumps, just so when the water does flow, we should have access to some. But we might lose a couple to dehydration. Hopefully in the next day or so, we should get some more water. And then from this little pond. No, doesn't look like it. It's a little far for us. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wing it, guys. Right, we're about a day and a half away from the dropping over, of course. We might lose a few beavers to thirst. We kind of miscalculated a little bit, but that's alright. We should recover. Hopefully. And yeah. What I will do next is just unpause every water pump that we have, maximize all storage, and just get ahead of this problem we keep having. But yeah, about a day left. We'll see what happens. And hey, there we go. We have some water. Oh my goodness. We needed it so badly. Me losing 6, 7 beavers. My. Come on, water. We need you. We'll be turning on all the breeding plants. And we'll have to recover from this quickly. We'll pause and need buildings. Pause that. Pause these. Everyone needs to be put on water collection duty. There we go. Alright, and then obviously the farmers are still operating. Ah, good to have some water available. Oh, you love to see it. We're back, baby. Cool. We're just going to focus on food production and water production. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's all closed off now. Should come right. There we go. Alright, we are going to slow things down. Just try and get ahead of the problem here. So there's not enough water to last 28 days at a time. Because of reasons. We're now back to 14 or 17 beavers. Lots of vacancies available. So we'll have to just reset a bit. Let's try and get some of these beavers into the gathering flags. Pause unnecessary buildings. Lumberjack flag, for instance. We don't need that. Alright guys, I think we're going to leave it there for today. Thanks for joining in yet again. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, a few setbacks, but that's alright. We are going to recover and push forward. Of course, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, still a bit of a learning curve on my end, but that's alright. We live and we learn. But hey, if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Cheers.